All right, man. So I know I'm a little late to the party, but what's really new? And I think it's a great thing that I actually waited to kind of talk about the Super Bowl halftime performance, just because a lot of stuff has been going on. A lot of stuff has been, released, numbers, thoughts. I wanted to really be sure before what I actually said, instead of just kind of saying it on day one. Um, I will say this: the performance has definitely grown on me. I think the just as a hip hop, if you're a hip hop rap fan, this is definitely a big moment for rap and hip hop. So you got to give it up to K Dot just for that. Also, just again, lover of the art, just been around it, the history, seeing the beef live, it was just a big step for the rap community. And if you love performances and all the symbolism of all that, then this performance was right up your alley. Now, I will say that's also what hurt Kendrick in this regard, from what I'm noticing. A lot of outsiders. Again, it's funny because rap is the number one genre. Rap is the number one genre in the world, but yet when it was played on the Super Bowl, it really didn't feel global. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really didn't feel global the way everybody was receiving it. And, we can also say that they said the same thing about the last four Super Bowl performances, which I agree with. But I don't know. It just felt like it's kind of like when you do karaoke, right? And then you want to do a rap song karaoke. I feel like that's just kind of a taboo for me. If you're gonna do karaoke, it's always has to be a song that you sing, like an R&B song or a song that's sung with some kind of melody. It can't be a rap song. That's just big taboo for me. So I kind of feel the same way with performances and for rap on this global stage. I felt like it really didn't hit. I really didn't feel like the past previous performances I've listened to, just because I don't know, maybe the tracks just weren't globally enough hit, global hits. I feel like when you go up there on the Super Bowl stage, those are songs that literally everybody's singing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Blink 182, All the Small Things, Usher, yeah. Like, these are hits on hits on hits that are usually played on the big stage. I don't know, man. Song selection, I thought that was one thing that was really interesting. I know that he made GNX specifically for the Super Bowl. Well, which it felt like. I'm not gonna sit there and say that, but it felt like the album was made more so for new content on the Super Bowl. I feel like Kendrick's discography is so strong, and for this to be the moment of rap, for this to be the moment of the solo rap artist going on stage to strut what we do, we knew the beef was going to be played. I feel like Kendrick just had lots of tracks he could have played. He could have played a couple tracks from, or not even a couple, just a couple snippets from To Pimp a Butterfly. He could have played Good Kid, Mad City at some point. He could have played a lot of tracks that I just felt like he really passed up on. Again, when it comes to Kendrick, man, his performance, I'm never gonna deny what he does up there. I love the symbolism of the Crips, the Bloods coming together. You got the white representing the flag, but at the same time, Black America. You got Samuel L. Jackson up there. What's Sam Adams, I think it was, or the dude that's on the propaganda. What's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not that much of a political junkie, so don't get on me. But having basically Samuel L. Jackson narrate the whole thing, I thought that was a crazy. While Trump was in attendance, I think that's also another thing I will say. Uncle Sam, yeah, Uncle Sam. For me, it's like, and I can agree with this. If you're not someone that's involved in politics, like, there is people that love to exclude themselves from that. No left, no right. If you're someone that just comes to sports to watch sports, and I get it, like, you don't want to have all of the ins and outs that goes with it. It's just like, damn. For that to kind of be on stage, it was like, again, it's like, damn. I mean, it's things need to be said, but it's like, god damn. Here we go again, black, white, shit like that. Again, everything that's going on in this country right now, it's been a crazy 2025 already. For that to just be like that, I'm just like, damn. And then the Drake beef. Another thing, too, a lot of people were saying that this is the most viewed Super Bowl. I'm not really trying to get into the numbers with that because I really don't understand the whole metric that goes behind that. They had it was a number divided by another number, and that's kind of how they came up with it. You guys got to realize, too, I'll play both sides, devil's advocate. Yes, it was Kendrick here, the beef, everything that was going on. Of course, everybody was going to tune in to see if he was actually going to play Not Like Us on national TV. I actually won a bet for $250 that he played the song on national TV, Not Like Us. It was a prop bet. I feel like also you got to understand, though, it was a three-peat that was on the line for Patrick Mahomes as well. Something that's never been done in the history of the Super Bowl. So there was a lot of history going down in the Super Bowl. So it makes sense why there was so much viewership. I'm not really sure if it was the most viewed halftime. If it is, kudos to K-Dot. That's another big W for him right there. I think, again, the biggest highlight of the show is he played Not Like Us. I think that's what everybody was kind of really waiting for. Let me give K-Dot his flowers. He won the beef. He already won the beef before, but that was literally the funeral on top of the pop-out funeral that he already had previously. That was the funeral. I know a lot of people went into the speculations that he wore a bell-bottom outfit to replicate Drake Bell. Which I thought that was pretty funny when you really think about it. But then the Drake stand, I was about to say the gay stand, the Drake stands and the Kendrick stands going at each other is so funny too, because like from somebody that's an outsider just like watching it, like let me just tune in and see what they saying today. For people that were coming up with saying like, oh man, like they look at Drake, he look at Kendrick, he got these glasses on that came from the 1940s that he found on National Treasure, and it means that the Zionists and people just coming up with, and I will agree with that. I do think that sometimes the Kendrick stands are a little far-fetched in their theories, but that's also the beauty of hip-hop. Like finding different meanings to you. Maybe it meant something different for you that you found out, but it maybe didn't mean that, but hey, it was cool. It's kind of like for treasure hunters, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really feel like. It's like that fix for treasure hunters. But at the same time, though, I do think there was a lot of, that was the problem too. Like Kendrick made this performance for the rap people. Because if you look at it, bro, like, at the end of the day, bro, the world is bigger than your borough. I always say this. No one gives a fuck about the symbolism of all. Everybody wants to see a grand performance of lights, cameras, action. Everybody wants to see flash, glamour. That's all they care about. They care about vocality, melodies. No one cares about the white and the blue representing this with Uncle Sam, and then you got the A minor on his chain with the Drake Bell pedophile outfit on. No one really cares about that. Like that's what I think people fail to realize. When you realize that there's 8 billion people in the world, and to put that number into a perspective that's comprehensible, 999 million, right? Do that 8 times. That's 8 billion people. So the fact that there's 8 billion people in the world, of course, there's going to be a lot of differentiation of opinions around the world, all right? And some people just can't really wrap their head around that. And I get it. It's definitely a grand scale. I get it. But you got to understand, man, like while the rap fans were enjoying this Kendrick concert, a lot of people were shitting on the Kendrick concert as well. I myself initially didn't like it, but as I've watched it more and just tuned, I was real happy for rap. I was real happy that K-Dot did that. I was real happy that I'm real happy that he played the beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna bury Drake for sure, but I'm just like, it was crazy to just see on a Super Bowl. He really did it, and he did it with a gremlin face and said, "Say Drake." Looked in the camera, and it was that was one of the craziest shits I've ever seen. That was wild. I did think that it was kind of funny though that Serena Williams SZA didn't need to be on the stage. I will say that. I felt like that was an addition that I really didn't understand for her only to do 2 songs. I feel like when it said and SZA, I thought that it was going to be a little bit more that was going on, or maybe that's a thing that they do for the Super Bowl where they bring in more. They bring in one guest. I was not familiar with that, but to say and SZA, I just thought that wasn't really necessary for her to only have, basically 2 songs. I think it was like 30 seconds. All the stars was played. I thought that was cool. Wakanda Forever. I think that, more like a feature. Yeah, I figured that. I think that also the Serena Williams thing was funny to me. I think that it's just, that's crazy. Whenever I look at the Serena Williams thing, it's like she dated Drake. Drake badmouths her husband. The husband goes back at Drake. They go back and forth every once in a while here and there. Drake through songs. the husband through Twitter. Again, I don't even know the husband's name. Not to say like he's irrelevant or anything. I don't know the husband's name. I just call him Serena Williams' husband. To he's going back and forth on Twitter. For her to get up there, start walking on stage, I get it. For the culture, that's her shit. But it's just actually funny too, because it's like really a slap in the face to Drake. It's kind of crazy. Like, hey, I was like, yo, you want to get on stage, Serena? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we knew what was happening here. Apparently Serena Crip by the Olympics too. Yes, she did. And they said like when it was like Not Like Us, apparently it was supposed to be Serena doing it because they wouldn't let her do it at the grand stage when she was playing tennis. So it was basically saying Not Like Us, which is definitely a nice veil, I would say. If I had to call it like I see it, it's a nice veil, because at the end of the day, we know why she was up there doing that shit. All right, like we know why she was up there doing that shit. But then you get the politics that's involved with it. I did not even know that her older sister got, RIP to her, but I didn't know she had an involvement with the gang and, tragic story. I didn't even know that. So that's kind of just like that was weird, when you look at it like that, because I ain't gonna lie, like, if if a Mexican gang, then I'm gonna feel some type of way, for sure. I wouldn't be throwing up cholo shit and, be doing shit like that if that was the case. I mean, that's just me, though. I mean, who knows? But yeah, Drake was definitely dissing her a lot on a lot of tracks, for sure. And it was definitely a moment for her to kind of stand up for herself, even though the husband's been, defending her. But, I think that Serena getting up there and doing what she did, it was dope. It was dope to see someone big as a star, Serena. But it was kind of funny too. It was like out of nowhere too. They just showed her, and everybody was like, "Yo, is that Serena Williams?" I think the most diabolical part though was when K Dot stared at the screen and was like, "Say Drake." I thought that was crazy. Like, he had just a menacing face. We all saw the face, man. It was a menacing face, and it was just like, damn, like, this man's really just doing this right now. And then the whole build up to it, I thought that was pretty cool, because I was wondering how he was just gonna come out there and just say it, like if he was just gonna just like, let's play the song. But he had a very creative way of kind of building the hype to the song that was inevitably going to be played. Another thing I would say, man, shout out to Chike, man, as a Chike, AZ Chike, however y'all want to say it. I call him as a Chike. Reminds me of the gum, but like, shout out to As a Chike, man. I was surprised. Everybody was really surprised that Peekaboo was played on the grand stage. That song's a bop for me. I think it was one of the best songs on the album. For him to play that and then also play Chike's part, I thought that was pretty dope, man. I thought that was one of the dopest parts. I like how he did the Peekaboo thing where he popped up on the screen, taking a page out of the Weeknd's book when he did that COVID Super Bowl halftime, with the pan out and the frames. Someone that edits and, has worked with a camera now for the last decade. It's kind of crazy to see like stuff like that. You got the pan, you got the angles and shit. Like, just to create a allure. I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like he should have had As a Chike up there, but I get it's the Super Bowl. He can't bring up her out there. A lot of people though, like, again, they were complaining about the track list, the track list that was played on Super Bowl. I think I can agree with that as well. Just, he has more hits that he should have showcased. He can still play Not Like Us and still played a lot of his hits that he's had over the years, because that's what a Super Bowl was supposed to be. It's supposed to be not a most recent track of your, not a concert of your most recent tracks, but a complete concert of your greatest hits, because usually when you do a Super Bowl, it's for established long-time artists that have crazy discographies that play usually their hits. You know what I'm saying? Think about any halftime show that we've ever had. It's always been about your hits. And I feel like that's another reason why I felt like it was initially underwhelming, and why a lot of people were saying the same thing. Drake hater, Drake supporter, Kendrick hater, Kendrick supporter or not. Like, it just really did feel underwhelming just because of the track selection. I just feel like, 2 unreleases with, Be Humble was in there. I don't think he played anything from Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm surprised like All Right didn't get played. Like, I'm not tripping, right? Yeah. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could have been played, that Kendrick Lamar is known for. And for him to not play it, I'm just like, that was a little bit of a disappointment, and it kind of hurts rap. I feel like it hurts rap. It definitely was a moment for rap, but it hurt rap as a whole when it comes to the Super Bowl, because not everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, that's how I feel. That's how I was looking at it. It's like, oh shit. Like bitch don't kill my vibe. He plays swimming pools, right? I think he plays swimming pool, yeah. Wayne would have definitely been worse, I feel like. Let me rephrase that. I don't think Wayne would have been worse because Wayne would have played his biggest hits. Like, Wayne would have played Back That Thing Up. Wayne would have played so many big hits up there. He would have not left anything on the table. I think that's just the one thing that I can agree with everybody, that there was a lot left on the table as far as it goes for the greatness of Kendrick, and to not have the big hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, to not have his big tracks. That was really just what I was like, damn, come on now. But yeah, man, overall, I don't think everybody's saying, like, now they're saying it's the biggest in terms of viewership, biggest viewed Super Bowl halftime show of all time. They're saying that this is literally a top 3 halftime show of all time. I mean, again, man, I've been seeing a lot of, like, different angles, a lot of reception from different cultures. You know what I mean by that? I don't got to repeat myself. And it's just kind of crazy, man. I feel like the only people that really liked the halftime show is us rap fans. Like, I feel like everybody from the outside in, it was just like, oh, okay. Like, all right, what the fuck is he saying? But as a rap fan, we all knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. And it's not a bad thing if you liked it. It's not a bad thing if you disliked it, too. Don't be afraid to be your own person out there, man. I always tell people that. Don't be afraid. It's okay. You're not gonna, no one's gonna shun you for that shit. To be honest, but that's how it's supposed to be for the culture. For sure. It was definitely for the culture. But I'm not gonna repeat myself how, it's a Super Bowl as well. It's the grand global scale of the world. So that's how I feel about it. So get in the comments below, man. I want you guys think about the Super Bowl. And sorry for the late video as always, but we better late than never. You know what I'm saying? So